Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel, to my vlog. Today has already been a very busy morning. Today started out much better than some of my previous vlogs, which is always really fabulous. As you can see, there looks like wrapping paper, and what comes along with wrapping paper? Presents. My nephew's birthday is coming up, so we did a bunch of shopping for him. The toddler and Roger, my husband, came out in the toy aisle, so we have a bunch of stuff. Well, I have a bunch of stuff to wrap today. It's also Christmas coming up, so we ran by the liquor store because that's what I give my sisters for Christmas, is just a little bit of liquor to get through the year. I am also just now making a little bit of breakfast. I guess you could probably call it lunch. It is just some eggs, little pieces of ham, and then some Swiss cheese, which I'm allowing to melt right now, mixed up with my fancy Christmas spoon. So besides coffee, of course, which is just coffee half and half, or that light cream that I've showed you earlier, and stevia, this is the first thing that I will have today. They don't know it yet, but they're scheduled to go on a run in about 2.5 hours. So as you can see, she's very prepared for it. This one, he doesn't run. He does not run, ever, never. Even when he was a puppy, he's been lazy since birth. So my plan for today's workout is kind of kill two birds with one stone. Take the pups. Our apartment complex goes in a nice big circle. It's actually almost half a mile circle, which works out perfectly for a good solid run. So take one at a time. Go on a run around the circle, come back for Mr. Sleepyhead, take him on a little bit of a walk, come back, go on a run again, and then that'll be my workout for today, and that'll also be their workout for today. So, like I said, kill two birds with one stone. I am going to be eating this, working on a little bit of work. And whenever I get a little bit of a break, I am going to start wrapping all of my nephew's presents, which is one of my favorite things to do. It's just such a fun time of year. I mean, you just have to enjoy every single moment of it because, one, this month passes very quickly. And two, all of these memories and the holidays, it's just so special and so much fun. So if you're feeling right now a little bit stressed out because it's the holidays and I gotta buy things and stuff, you're not doing it correctly. Take a chill pill, drink some spiked eggnog, and enjoy the season, because this is really when the best memories can be made if you're smart enough to enjoy the moments and make the memories. So, little holiday rant. I am going to eat my eggs before they turn stone cold and disgusting. And I will probably check in with you right before I go on a run, and then right after when I look like I've died. See you in a bit. You know what's really nice about being an adult? You get to do absolutely whatever you want. The bad part is that you have to also deal with the consequences of doing absolutely whatever you want. That part's not fun. But it means that when you're kind of sick of doing the dishes, you eat out of the pan. That was my dog. He just exploded. As a kid, I would have never been allowed to eat out of the pan. But it's my pan. I can do whatever I want. The consequences are that if I'm not careful, I'll scratch the pan, and then I gotta buy a new pan. But I'm being smart. I can be gentle when I eat this. And guess what? Now I only have to wash the pan, which I was going to have to wash that anyways because I used it. So, being an adult, it has its downsides. Oh, mostly like bills. But it also has its upsides. Alrighty. It's almost run time. I'll go over what I like to run in. It's all pretty simple. Old t-shirt, that way, you know, it's gonna be rubbed, it's gonna be stretched, don't care, it's old. I also have Old Navy leggings. They're very good. Sometimes they can be just stupid expensive. I'm very hard on my leggings, so I don't like to spend tons and tons of money on them, because if I get expensive ones, if I get cheap ones, they all wear out the exact same from my experience. I like to get Old Navy leggings when I can find them on sale, because they're actually surprisingly great leggings, and the material is very easy to rub in. Sometimes if leggings are more fuzzy, there's more friction and they're just harder to run in. So that, I have these Asics shoes. They're the Gel Scram 6, and to be completely honest, I hate them. I only am using them because my Under Armour shoes are like ripped in half. So I legitimately ran right out of them. But these suck. I've had them for like 6 months. They're already falling apart, ripping. I will never buy Asics again. So I've had tons of running shoes, tons of different kinds. I've had the Vibrams or Vibrams. I really liked those. My Under Armour shoes that I had, those were great. They lasted me for like 3 years, and that's why I ran out of them. These Asics, these are the ones I bought after my Under Armour shoes fell apart. They're horrible. They're super cheap. Just god awful. And I thought that they would be good for running because I had heard from other runners that Asics and Brooks and Vibrams, which I support that, were all just fabulous. I've never actually went out and bought a pair of Brooks, so I don't know about those. But these Asics, just, if you've never bought a pair, avoid it. It's not worth it. I totally wasted my money. And now I'm just only still wearing them because I haven't found anything to replace them yet. Because now I'm doing a ton of research. Because I thought I did a lot of research with those, and it turned out to not be enough. So don't get Asics. In terms of sports bra, I have the Flagner Fail. I think it's actually supposed to be kind of like a crop top sports bra shirt. They had it on clearance for like $20, and it is fabulous. I really, really like it. I'm pretty like small, so I don't need just a ton of like securement. But this definitely works. I can run in it and everything stays in place, which if you're a female, you know that that's really important when you're running, in order to have a good run. Because if you're running and everything's just going everywhere, that's all you're focused on, not your form, your breathing, anything like that. So Flagner Fail, they have really, really good sports bras. They are a little costly, but I keep my sports bras around for like my entire life. So, you know, you can justify the expense where you need to. Other than that, that's it. I will probably be running in between 3 and 5 miles. I'm trying to do the circle math. 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile. So in between 3 and 5 miles, I will check back with you once I am done, let you know how it went, and after that it will basically just be time for some computer work, because there's no way that I am going from a 5-mile run to dinner. Because, you know, vomiting after running is just not my thing. So yeah, I will check back with you once my run is done. Alrighty, it is finally dinner time. And I am making one of my favorite quick and easy dinners. It starts, as you can probably hear, with an egg. And what I do with this egg is I take it from high up, drop it into the pan. That way, you're probably like, you're breaking the yolk. That's the point. And then I take a little bit of my egg whites. Just kind of spread everything out. And then I take my low carb tortilla. Actually, take some salt and pepper. As much as, you know, I love bland food. And then I take my low carb tortilla and squish it into the flattened egg that is now in my pan. This pan is smaller than a tortilla, so I just move the tortilla around, make sure that it sticks on all sides. If it doesn't, it's not that bad. I just want there to be an egg in there. I pretty much have no limit on how many eggs I eat all day. This will be my 3rd, which really isn't as many as I typically eat. So I think any amount of eggs is a good amount of eggs. And I don't know if this is TMI or not, but I'm in the process of switching over my dog's food. Since we moved, the place that I usually bought their food is no longer here. It's back in California, and so they have to have new food. Well, if you have dogs and you've ever had them on a certain food for a long period of time and then had to switch it, you'll know that can be a bit rocky. Well, this is no exception. My dog, he's sitting just chilling in the kitchen with me. Well, he is just like a tad bit gassy, and it doesn't smell very good. And if you've ever had a pit bull, you know that they range on the tad bit gassy side anyways. And then when you change their food over, forget it. Okay, so this is done. Beautiful. What I do is I take it and I flop it onto a plate. I re-butter my pan, and then I flop the tortilla back into the pan. That way there's no sticking, and if you've ever toasted a tortilla in a nice buttery pan, you'll know it's just the best thing ever. So here is my eggy, steamy tortilla. I'm gonna stick some more butter in this pan. I don't go super fancy with butter, not just yet. However, I do fully believe that the Kerrygold butter is better quality. And if you've never treated yourself to Kerrygold cheese, you should. It's delicious. I think I got it one time when Costco had it on sale. Oh my gosh. It was like the best cheese I've ever had. And speaking of cheese, I'm about to put a little bit of Swiss on my tortilla, which is now back in the pan. So I guess I should probably give you more insight on what I'm actually making. And that would be my favorite. I call it a pizza quesadilla, which is pretty much anything you want to make it. But how I make it is cheese, Swiss cheese right now, that's my favorite. Any kind of cheese you want. And then pepperoni, of course. I don't put any pizza sauce in there, but I think you probably could. I don't really like pasta sauce, so for me it's just not worth it at all. But if you really like pasta sauce, I don't think it's super high in carbs. I really don't know because I don't eat it. I actually think it's kind of gross. I don't know why. Me and pasta, I think that's why me and keto work out so well, because me and pasta are just, I don't really like it. Okay, so I load it up with pepperoni. And then I just so happen to have a little bit of leftover sausage. And I'll sprinkle that on there so that I have a pizza quesadilla with sausage. It's getting toasty. Okay, I gotta move it. There we go. Sometimes they cook so quickly, it's just like 0 to 100 in no seconds at all. Luckily, it did not burn. And now it's done. Now, I don't know about you, but that looks pretty darn delicious to me. Especially for something that cooks up in about 5 minutes. I'm excited to eat that one. I will also dip it in ranch. I make homemade ranch, so if you're ever interested in that, I could give you the recipe. I try to avoid bad vegetable oils, and unless you want to pay for like a $9 bottle of ranch, they all have either soybean oil or canola oil or something just crappy. So I make my own ranch. If you ever want the recipe for that, I will post it below. I'm gonna eat this. I will have it with pork rinds. That's usually my go-to side, and just water because I'm honestly still kind of like dying of thirst from that run. Still trying to get back in shape. It's a work in progress, and it might always be a work in progress. I'm realizing that like the older I get, the more work in progress being in shape is. Just one of those beautiful things about getting older, I guess. Like I said, I am about to go eat this, and then I have a ton of computer work, and I also have a lot of packaging for some soap and bath bombs that are going out tomorrow. And that should be it. That will probably last me for the rest of the night. So I hope y'all have had an absolutely wonderful day. We're inching closer and closer to Christmas, which I just love. If you want, or even if you don't want, go on a little run today. You might, it'll do you good, and afterwards you will feel amazing, and it might just start a new habit. So take yourself on a run, have a wonderful day. Make yourself a pizza quesadilla. I promise you will not regret it. And I will see y'all next time. Bye!